Okay, hello everyone. It's just so wonderful seeing all of you again. My name is Janet Suji. I'm from Met in Wimbledon, Southwest London, and I've worked in the public and private sector. I've got a legal background. I don't practice. I'm interested in a lot of things like basically health, fitness, nutrition. Disclaimer: I don't work in those area. I'm a lawyer, but I don't practice law, and there's so many things. I'm also interested in the movies and so on. And I used to talk about films on my channel, but I also talk about my National Wash Day, and I know people are tired about that, but I'm gonna talk about that again soon. We'll have a separate video, and I'm also gonna talk about basically how I deal with my self care, my health, skincare, and facial care without spending a lot of money. When I used to have a perm, I used to go to professionals since I was a child. But since I went natural, I've been doing my own hair. It's not really great. I talk about the alternatives and how things work for me, and so on. Um, but in all honesty, right now, I really do want to talk about just an update on my weight loss journey. And to tell you the truth, it's not really a weight loss journey, it's just a general fitness journey because I already said from 2014 backwards to 2009, around before that 2009 and all that. I'd always been skinny all my life and things like that. But when I joined the gym, yes, I did lose weight and blah 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 blah. But I just felt that I didn't need to spend a lot of money, £100 a month every month in the gym. So I always said in my previous videos that I did research things that I was doing. I researched everything that I was doing, and other people that's more on Facebook, Charlotte Orr, Julian Michaels, Bob Harper. I thought Bob Harper is feeling better. I pray he feels much, much better. I know that was before, and I don't think people should have condemned him because he had a heart attack. I mean, just because you're a doctor doesn't mean that you can fall sick, and just because you're a fitness trainer, it doesn't mean anything. Um, but it's really surprising that all my life I've been really, really skinny. And then when I hit my 30s, I was still skinny, but things started happening. There were changes. And then I went to the gym and I was toned and not skinny and things like that. But like I said, for those of you who know me, I had like double bereavement 2015 and 2016. So I had to deal with my own personal cost of living before the cost of living even started. Financial situations. It happens usually when there's bereavement and all that. And when it happened, I was already moving home from my old place. So getting settled in my new place and trying to move things out of my mother's place that when she had passed and so on. But eventually I did get settled. So long before the pandemic, I had already dealt with, financial advisors and debt charities on how to handle my own debt and things like that. Because usually, when there's a bereavement in the family, you take your eye off the ball and things are going on, and money has to be processed. My job contract had finished. You have to feel like a new job and things like that. But I was very, very lucky that I'm in a home that doesn't cost much because I was in a joint tenancy with a relative of mine, and she was moved somewhere, so they had to move me within my own borough to a base. It's not a council place; it's a residence um, society, but the rent is so. In my family, there's only two of us that have a mortgage, but I'm living in a nice house in a lovely suburb, but it's really it's quite small. And I think that me coming in here right now and setting this up, like it's been probably months since my last video, is because sometimes I don't always use this background since I use my bedroom. But like I told you, my sister and my nephew have found their own place, and I'm with my nephew. But I just decided to do this because it coincides with how I felt today. When I woke up this morning, I wanted to try this new wig and this dress, which was fine when I tried it yesterday. I usually tried. When I tried it, I found out that the wig was not as I thought it would be. But I thought I'm gonna do it, and because the thing is that since before the pandemic, when I had a career break and two jobs I got, I couldn't accept, well, I wasn't allowed to accept the job because of the pandemic anyway. So I'm due to get to another job now. But the thing is that they're not ready. They're doing pre-employment checks, and they keep telling me to upload my IDs and things like this. And now there's going to be like a second interview to physically show this ID again, which I've already done before. and I just can't get to the link. So what I've done is that, I told my advisor that, look, I'm going to start looking out for another job, because most of the voluntary stuff I've been doing from home and things like that. That's why I'm able to look after my nephew. But sooner I may be physically in their office, and I don't like things to stress me out and so on. So basically, so when I started out today, I woke up in the morning, I knew something was wrong. I couldn't really do my weightlifting. I like to do my weightlifting a little bit early. It's not much, I don't have a barbell. It's just like my dumbbells and my kettlebells and all. I like to do the exercise that I used to do in the past in the gym, and the things I did research for and so on. So I did do that. Okay, and sorry, I'm supposed to have my music background here, but I didn't do it because my nephew is around, and so I did that, and I woke up and I thought that, oh god, the dress isn't as such, because I like to wear plain dresses. I know this may look pretty. I don't like wearing, you know really fancy stuff, and it's the sort of dress that is not like really thick cotton. It's the one that it can expand, so when you go out there, your body makes the dress look shorter than it looks, so you end up looking ridiculous, especially if you're somebody trying to now cut down a little bit of weight. And then my disappointment with this wig is that I don't necessarily need human hair wig, but I want a wig that does what it says on the tin. It said natural wig, but it's been flat ironed. And I know how black hair looks when it's been flat ironed. And this is why I personally prefer synthetic wigs. Because the thing with synthetic wigs, they would stay. You see my previous video, you see me with the curly hair. When I use the curly hair, I don't like a big afro unless it's my own hair. So when I see them and it's coming down, so what I do is I always put them in a half ponytail, and I have something coming out. Now this is in a half ponytail, and that's the only way I can wear this. Now it may look pretty, but it is a palaver trying to get this on, and I don't need anything that's going to give me stress. I have to go right on the street and pick up my nephew when my sister gets out of the bus station or the train station, because she has to get back into, so I managed to put all this stuff on, and but I wasn't able to finish doing all my weightlifting or so on. I did a bit of my plank and so on, but it just wasn't, I just thought it just didn't feel like it's enough for me, and I just thought today was the day when I was going to give my body a holiday for 24 hours. I'm just being on fleas only today. And I know people say, oh, it's not good. Da, 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 da. Those are lies that people told us about. Okay, you can give your stuff a break. If you give your body a break, your body is not pumping insulin that much. And the reason why I didn't really want to talk about my weight loss is that I really wanted to wait. I really wanted to wait a year so that people would know. But I just thought that as I'm doing certain things for a couple of weeks, I would give people, when I wore my jeggings, okay, which I got in Primark, when I wore my jeggings and I wore a shirt with it, I felt so confident. But when I decided to put this dress on, I decided to put a wig, and it really wasn't that bad, but the dress just wasn't me. It really wasn't me. If I'm gonna wear something, I like it to be plain, really plain, whether it's gray, chocolate, or black, even if it's green, but it has to have that thick cotton, and it has to look like myself. And I just realized that maybe dresses and skirts are not very good for me, and or maybe I just need to sort of like drop a couple of pounds more, because this type of things, they don't make me, when I'm wearing jeggings, oh my god, I look, or leggings, or jeans, or ordinary trousers, you know and I wear, like now in summer, I'm actually wearing an ankle book, which is not that thick enough for winter, but I can wear it both spring and summer. It just makes me look graceful, and so that's what I did. And when I went to meet when I took my nephew out, we went through a flyover that went through another park, and then he wanted to do something else and started to sit on the gravel and make a little tantrum. So I took a deep breath, and I knew I was gonna buy something later, but I just said I didn't want to go to the shops again with him while I'm having his rucksack, and he has his scooter and things like that. So basically, I thought that we would do a walk around, and we finally found our way back to the first park I went to. And this is what happens when I stay local. I live in a kind of boundary whereby you can go through a different exit of the park and go through a flyover. and enter, and believe me, you are in another town, not even not another city, you're already in another town. And this is one of the reasons why I prefer to go right into my main larger town center, which is go straight into Wimbledon and things like that. But sometimes I may not be, because it's like a 45-minute walk, and in the morning I like my walk, and I may not feel like walking all that way. And because he's little, he is little, and the thing is, I don't want to depend on buses all the times, because I'm living on a budget and all that. So sometimes, and if I'm gonna do that, not as soon as I pick him up, I would rather take him home and get ready more and things like that. So basically, we decided to come back, and I decided that I needed to get some products. So, and I realized I had this video meeting and this phone meeting. So I thought, oh, I'd rather just come back and kill time, go to the loo, and and so on. So I just felt that, I don't know, basically I think everything, somebody else keeps telling me, when I wear a normal t-shirt and I'm wearing my jeggings, my body looks slim. But when I start wearing dresses like this, and I just thought, you know what, don't look at your view mirror, don't look at the mirrors in the shops where you see the barber shop and you have their big mirrors and all that, and don't look at the car mirrors, just look down at your body and touch your tummy to your back. You would know how big you are or not. And please don't weigh yourself. So basically, I decided that even though I was feeling a little stress and all that, I decided that I'm not going to break my eating mood. I've just been only on water and herbal tea throughout today, and I've said that I'm going to do it, because it's once a week. I try to give my body a break for 24 hours. And I didn't realize that what was making me feel stressed wasn't actually my nephew. It's to wake up to find out that I was actually disappointed in this week, because even if a week is synthetic and all that, I don't like weed that are just too soft, because the thing is that they get tangled so quickly, and it was longer than I thought, and I just thought, this is kind of like maybe for a barbecue or for an outing, or maybe it's not really something that I would probably want to put to work, because it's too long. At the same time, I don't like something that is too short either. So that my sort of like red and brown curly whatever is good. But I may need to go and buy the brown curly one, which is really annoying. And that's that. Okay, so far so good. So I've got to go. My nephew's born. Cheerio. I'll talk to you soon.